The Steps Hip Spica Care DVD is made for parents and carers of children in hip spica cast. They are a series of mini videos which cover aspects of looking after a child in a cast. The videos are examples of how real families coped with everyday tasks of looking after a child in a hip spica. They are not meant to be fully comprehensive and cannot tell you everything you will need to know about hip spica care, but hopefully they will reassure you that solutions can be found to many practical problems. Remember that it is best to contact your healthcare professional if you have a problem you cannot solve. Parents, carers and healthcare professionals have reviewed these videos.
Now she's great. Well, from the hospital, we after the plaster came off, obviously she was very splayed, and we were given the harness for her to use. She was supposed to use it for a certain period of time, all the time, and then eventually we went down to just at night. But unfortunately, Lily, being Lily, didn't really like it that much. She was a bit unhappy going into it, and also because it was Velcro, she found it really easy to open. So she used to take it off and it used to slip off. So rather than just leave it, I did ring the hospital, and one of the nurses there spoke to our consultant, and he did say that she could just wear it at night for a period of time, which we managed with absolutely fine because she was used to being in the plaster, so it didn't seem to bother her at night, it was just in the day. But no, she's doing really, really well and walking now, so... Her legs were just splayed. I mean, it was unbelievable how supple she was. And we were quite shocked at how even wider than she had been in the cast. I think it was a little bit of a shock to start with. And then she just it took her a while to come back in. And even now, she's still very, very supple. And if she's in the bath, she will sit with her legs very, very much apart. But she crawled around for ages with her legs splayed, and her arms, she used to drag herself along in the middle. She never actually crawled. She just used to kind of drag herself along like that and looked very strange. But I mean, that's just the way she was. And also in her pram, I remember a lot of people used to actually comment on her in her pram because, you know, other babies would be sat there quite sensibly and Lily's legs would be stuck up in the air, and everybody would be just looking at her going, look at that baby there, she's very supple. But it's just part of it, and then gradually she's just quite normal now, you wouldn't know. So. I think you worry about everything before the plaster goes on. You worry about everything from how am I going to cope to this to is it going to change my child. And my big issue was I knew I'd be able to cope with it because I think you just get on with it as a mum, you just deal with it. But I think I was so worried about her changing her character. She'd always been such a very, very laid back, very easygoing, and just such a lovely, pleasant little child. And I was so worried that it might change her. And to be honest, it's probably made her more laid back and more pleasant. And she's just a very, very well-rounded little girl. And it's just... she just takes everything in her stride. She's very happy. I thought it might make her into a little whingy baby, but she's not at all. So she's been absolutely wonderful and just taking everything in her stride. And I think it's amazing what they take in. We worry more than we should do, really. So yeah, no, she's been brilliant. I wasn't sure quite what to expect with her walking. I mean, Lily wasn't really crawling or anything before she went in her plaster, but I think you get mixed things, as to whether they should be walking in a week or whatever. And I think I expected her to be walking or at least to be moving earlier than she was. But I think that was reassured on Step's website and also on speaking to the hospital that everything was quite normal. She wasn't walking beforehand, so she still had to learn that, plus get her legs strong again, because she did have her legs were very, very weak afterwards. And it did take her probably 4 or 5 months to walk, but then she might have been walking at that stage anyway. I mean, my sister's little girl was walking later than Lily and she didn't have any hip problems, so I think she's done remarkably well. But I think I just didn't know quite what to expect. I wanted her to move on faster than she did, but that was just me wanting her to. But no, she just did it in her own time and she's walking around and absolutely wonderful now. So
Remember, you are not alone. When you want information, advice and support, our helpline team are here to help you. No matter how big or small your concern, please email or telephone our helpline. Get instant access to information 24 hours a day via our website, where you can download our advice leaflets. You can also visit our online chat forum, which provides a fantastic resource of helpful tips and practical advice written by parents who are coping with a child affected by hip dysplasia.